When I became very much entrenched in the family business, the horses was my escape. I was just a bad man, and I mean a bad kid who just developed a passion for horses. I think just my body language and my empathy for horses kind of shone through. I think the horses understood that. They understood I wasn't like the rest of the grooms and everyone else. So I'm Freedom Zampaladus, and I'm the CEO and the operations manager for the Urban Equestrian Academy. My early days living in Leicester, I was like a Black David Attenborough kid, yeah? So I loved animals so much that my first ever gang was actually called Jungle Masters. And you know, it was a good gang because we used to rescue injured animals and send them to the RSPCA. And yeah, so all my friends, I was a leader, so all my friends used to bring any injured animal that they found, they used to bring them to my house. So we had all these caged animals and stuff that we was trying to repair, trying to fix, from bloody frogs right up to hedgehogs. It was a bit crazy. In all my 14 years of living in England before I went to the Caribbean, I seen a horse once. And it was quite an experience because I actually had an allergic reaction to it. So my face puffed up, yeah, for that one experience. And at that time I thought I just wasn't meant to be around horses. Everyone say hi. Hi! We moved back to Antigua when I was 14 years old, and it was a very confusing time, you know, having to leave, to go to a strange land, to go and live and make new friends, and everything would be different, start a new school. It was a very strange time. As much as I didn't want to go, I do remember all of the stories that my dad used to tell me and stuff. And one of the stories that stuck very vividly was how my uncle had racehorses. And I was really looking forward to seeing these racehorses and getting involved with these racehorses wherever I could. That was the only positive aspect that I was looking forward to. Once we actually became settled, and we realized that there was two sides to our family. We had the Christian side and we had the Rasta side. Me and my brother, we got woke up about maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, my pops just said, come, let me go. I was like, where are we going? What do you mean? It's bloody 2 in the morning, mate. What are you talking about? Get your stuff on and let's go. So yeah, we had to follow Pops, follow Dad, and then the next thing we knew, he took us to this secret location and we're literally just helping move these massive blocks of ganja weed, man. Like, you know, Snoop Dogg would have had a field day, trust me, the way he was moving those kilos, man. Another reason why we moved was because my dad wanted to help my uncle with his business. I was under the impression, well, yeah, Dad's going to help his brother, innit? So yeah, we're helping, family. We was ignorant to the whole thing. Being at school, you know, seeing how popular we was at school, everyone was like, oh, them is the Don's nephews, you know? It's the Don's nephews. Yeah, are the Don family? That we was super popular. We didn't kind of know why we was popular. It was a bit more than we was just from England. I mean, it's who we were linked to. He was the Don Corleone, you know? Yeah, he was known as the Don out there, meaning he was the ultimate bad man, you know? And as I get a bit older and get a bit more accustomed to how people are talking and when we're talking about business and discussing business, and I'm hearing my family discussing business, I realized that, yeah, we got maybe 100,000 kilos of Colombian marijuana coming into the island. We got another 50,000 of Jamaican coming in. Then we got some Vinci coming in from this side, and we got some Trinidadian coming in from that side, and I realized, yo, this is a big operation, you know. So with the horses, I was just super impressed with these creatures, how beautiful and majestic they were. And the horses was, when I became very much entrenched in the family business, the horses was my escape, you know what I mean? So for as notorious and as bad as I was and so on, I would always go to the stables if I was in any kind of mood, if I wanted to escape something, if I was pissed off. Again, just to block everything out, to forget about things. When my mum left, because my mum divorced my dad while we was over there, she literally sent a letter to say she ain't coming back. So to block all of that out, because that was very emotional and stuff, again, I'll go to the horse stables, I'll go for a ride, or I'll groom the horses, or I'll take my horse lunging, or I'll take my horse to the beach and go swim it at the beach. So yeah, I got my license at 17 years old. A lot of my uncle's staff members left him because the hurricane devastated the island. So what happens is the ships can't come in to the island because everywhere's just mashed up, yeah? So that means that we can't get no marijuana to the island, yeah? So that means we can't get no business going. So that means we start suffering, everyone's suffering for it. There's like, we call it a drought. We realized that the sooner we could get these horses fit and back up to speed, as soon as the racetrack becomes available to race on again, we start getting races going again, we can make some money. And those horses that was winning at that time, they literally fed the rest of the stable. We done very well. We won loads of races in Antigua. We won loads of races in Barbados, loads of races in St. Kitts, loads of races in Trinidad. We done good. When I first came back to the UK, my ultimate goal was to get equestrian qualifications I could take back to the Caribbean, to Antigua, that I could use to help upgrade, develop my uncle's race yard. And I wanted to bring, particularly the breeding element, that was my ultimate goal. But the experience of being the only black guy at college, the experience of the racist incidents I had in the equestrian world, the social isolation I experienced. There was just no black people, man. I was like, why is this? It's like, it's such a beautiful world. It's such a fantastic place to be a part of. I was thinking to myself that it shouldn't be so hard for me to live in this world when I'm so free to live in this world in the Caribbean, and it shouldn't be difficult for anyone else who comes after me to live in this world. But then I started to do a little bit of youth work here and there. And what I used to do is take some of the kids from my own environment to some horse stables. So, because I knew the local horse stables from my experience at college. So I used to take them to like Hinckley Equestrian Centre, and they absolutely loved it. And then from just taking them horse riding, I thought to myself, I know more than horse riding. Like, I didn't even used to ride so much. Why don't I use some of what I know and just create a little course? You know what I mean? I could make something of this, and this can really, and it is, changing young people's lives. So why don't I think more seriously about this? So that's when I came up with the concept of Urban Equestrian. And we ran our first service 2 years ago, which was Aziza's Junior Pony Club. And we ran it as a pilot for 6 months as a non-horse riding pony club. The retention rate was brilliant. The kids absolutely loved it. We evaluated the pilot. We made some more improvements. We added riding to it. We came up with a fantastic working structure. And that program went from, say, having 15 kids every single week for 6 months to now having 80 kids every single week with a waiting list of 50. The ultimate ambition is for us to stabilize our programs in Leicester. Rather than having them going all over the place, here, there and everywhere, we want them to all happen under one roof. So we want to get our own land base, community hub, Equestrian Academy here in Leicester, in the city. That's our ultimate goal, our ultimate vision. But at the same time, we want to be able to franchise our projects, programs and services all over the country, because the impact that these programs, projects and services have had on Leicester is astonishing. And it's not fair that they're only helping, Leicester's communities when they could be helping Birmingham's communities or London's communities or Brighton's or Bristol's or Nottingham's, Manchester's. So we want to franchise our programs, services all over the country. So our tagline is connecting inner city communities to the equestrian world. And that's what Urban Equestrian is.